Welcome back to Mark the Text. Good to be with you. My name's Dan, and as always, we're going to be marking up the text according to these tools that are a part of the Strand 1 course at AFES's National Training event each December. If you want a short video explaining what each of these tools are and how to use them, there's a link in the top right-hand part of the screen, and I encourage you to watch that video first. Today, we're going to be looking at a classic text from Mark chapter 10, from verses 17 down to verse 31. There it is, Mark 10, 17 to 31. And I encourage you to pause the video here, maybe print out a copy of that text yourself. And why don't you take a moment to try and prayerfully mark that text up and see what you notice before I draw your attention to one thing that I noticed. Welcome back. I wonder what you found if you took a moment to mark up the text yourself. There's so many things here that we can do in this list of tools, lots we could talk about, but I'm just going to hone in on one thing because I want to keep these videos short for you. What I found here was literary highlighting, and in this one in particular, quotes from the Old Testament. I thought that was really interesting in this passage. Over here, you'll see my text, which is all marked up with lots of different things. But what I really want to zoom in on here is as Jesus talks to this rich young ruler, he asks, "What must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus replies, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone." And then he says, "You know the commandments. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not give false testimony, you shall not defraud, honor your father and mother." Now, I wonder what that got you thinking of. There are quotes from the Old Testament, and it should have made kind of pop in your mind the Ten Commandments. So you might have thought of passages maybe like Exodus 20 or Deuteronomy chapter 5. There are two places where you see the list of the Ten Commandments, and it'd be good to go back and read those Ten Commandments that Jesus was quoting from. And I think it's interesting in this passage, not only which commandments Jesus quotes, but what's missing. Which commandments did Jesus not quote? It's often noted that in the Ten Commandments, there are vertical commandments, the first four, which are about our relationship with God, and then horizontal ones, our relationship with other human beings. Jesus has quoted all the ones relating to other humans. He's left out the first few commandments, which are all about us and God. Worship God alone. Don't worship any other gods. Don't make any idols. That's interesting in this passage because that is precisely this young man's problem. He has an idol that is preventing him from worshiping God and following God. So here what's interesting is not what Jesus quotes, but also what he leaves unquoted. There's more to that passage than this, but that might be a helpful way in for you as you think about Mark chapter 10, verses 17 to 31.